for them. We're going to Flying Clouds as well. Fovius getting banned away by the side of Kazakhstan's right off the bat. Perma ban and Perma, I would say almost 100% pick ban for the side of the Fovius, but now Uzbekistan. Okay, so you ban away. So yeah, now I have to, you know, undo that new meta update. I have to put that on my old thing cap again. Suyo ban means that they're really looking to try to slow down Kazakhstan's tempo.
So they're still opening up generic kind of global priority heroes like Claude, like the Jusin, the Paquitos are coming in. So will Kazakhstan adjust to this ban and try to go for a little bit more long range and a marathon kind of draft pick? So playing towards that mid to late game power spike instead of trying to push or force that early game advantage. They still have the options to do so. There are other assassin junglers out there as well. Do you want to force that situation, or do you want to see what Uzbekistan has up their sleeves first?
And Marcel is also open to ban as well the Jusin, I believe. Kazakhstan hasn't was the one that slipped, allowed the Juicy to slip away. Yes, I can feel that pain as well coming from you. Mamillion really cannot ride his reptile anymore. Right?
Yeah,
is Dragon a reptile?
It is. It is. It's a cold-blooded snake thing.
But okay, all right, fine. No wonder.
At the end of the day, Uzbekistan really got their homework done. They're going straight for the core meta picks that we know and love. The Gort will be picked up right off the bat. This leaves Jusin open for Uzbekistan's taking if they want to.
Yeah, B1 pick prioritized over the Gort instead of the Jusin that we usually expect. So that's why, you know, but of course, you know, putting Gort right there is really obvious, and not only just that, the best part about Kazakhstan going for B1 Gort pick is that the Yuzhong is already banned away. You've also got the Paquito that's already banned away, so the Gort should be slightly safer as compared to, you know, having these two heroes open. Harley being selected by Uzbekistan for R1, and R2 pick would be the Cho.
So this is looking kind of like annoying from Uzbekistan. They want to draft an annoying kind of draft. The Cho will be used to give a little bit more vision, give a bit more intelligence and understanding to what Kazakhstan wants to do, especially in early game. Against Kyrgyzstan, they kind of identify that Cho is sort of like that core that we kind of need to draft in order to disrupt that back line. Gort makes it so much easier than compared to Akimi that was used in 2 games previously for Kazakhstan. But for Uzbekistan, the Harley, the Cho, the Claude, this looks like a all-rounded draft. Harley doesn't really spike up until the mid stage of the game once you get your core item spikes. Claude is basically your late game insurance. And Kazakhstan looking like they want to win out those lanes.
Hardy is already activated once you have Deadly Magic already. So usually you hit hard and fast at level 4, you start ganking the gold lane, right? So I think that's why Kazakhstan went for the Harif instead. Someone who has a bit more shielding, especially when you go land down the Zaman Force as well to kind of offset the damage coming out from the Harley. But this is once again Kazakhstan saying that, hey, I'm still looking to scale fast, scale early. Therefore, you know, Harif is always good. God is also solid in the level 4 once a missing gush is unlocked. The Juicing gets banned away from the side Kazakhstan, as what we mentioned earlier just now. Surprisingly, it was leaked
out, yeah,
all the way to the second ban phase.
I feel like for Kazakhstan, they're not really too scared about the Jusin. They've dealt it twice before against Kyrgyzstan. Once the Jusin has been banned out, it makes it so much easier for the Gort to dominate that lane. The only thing I would say would excel in terms of that Gort one-to-one fight, maybe there's 2 heroes, Lilia and Kimi, on the top of my mind that has so much mid lane priority. But coupled with the Cho, I would say if Valentina was picked up, I wouldn't be surprised.
Valentina is a good pick coming out of Uzbekistan as well, right? You can take the Raging Sandstorm away and use it to kind of deny the Gort as well, and then after that get up front and personal, burst this Gort down and move on, right? So that's actually a good idea. But right now, if you take a look at Uzbekistan's draft currently, right, the Cho is that pick composition. Speaking about pick, they're looking to lock the person down, so multiple lockdowns coming out from the side. Uzbekistan, the Terizla coming into play.
Yeah, I like what Uzbekistan is cooking up, right? They have the Terizla, so in the case of any big team fights that Kazakhstan wants to push in, and remember, Kazakhstan always wants to fight a winning numbers kind of fight. So if you have 3 men, they're going to wait till they have 4, and then you're going to rush in. And be sure that they are going to rush in. They're going to go for the Yisun Shin instead. So Blapu is going on the AXP side, Yisun Shin, a very, very scaly marksman, but they are still on a timer. It is a pretty risky to draft a hyper-aggressive, hyper-speed run kind of draft from the side of Kazakhstan. Now that you know that Uzbekistan has some form of team fight denial in these major objectives.
Yeah, but now, okay, Uzbekistan drafted Yi right off the bat, so all of a sudden they've got a lot of avenues, right? They can pick, they can also clash, they can also lock somebody down, and Terizla is a good counter over to the Harif. Same can be said over the side of Yi, but I can see Kazakhstan already kind of anticipated the Yi pick coming up. That's why the Lapu comes into play. There's also a certain extent a Mountain Shocker coming out from Sreang will be able to land onto Sun on the Eve as well. So that's something that is good for the side of Kazakhstan. Straying away from them, just a little bit. This is a slightly scaling comp, right? You've got a Yushin Shin as a late game insurance, but of course you've got the Gort at the same time. Uzbekistan is the one that needs to really ramp up that control as quickly as possible, especially when they hit level 4.
This is game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Kazakhstan versus Uzbekistan. Call it a show match. But both these teams, they're already going into Nagoya. This is the time that they show who is the top seed in the Central Asia region. But I like the adjustments coming in from Kazakhstan. They're still sticking to their character just a little bit. Hyper-aggressive, a little bit speedy for their side. But let's see how they operate against Uzbekistan, who kind of identifies that, hey, you know, if Kazakhstan wants to go on the aggressive, let's just ban it all out. That saves us some time and some pressure.
I like this, right? I think the Yushin makes sense. If you take a look at Uzbekistan, if you minus off the Terizla, everybody from the side of Uzbekistan can be dealt with by Sreang on this Yushin Shin, right? Apart from that, you also got the dash away that allows you to get away from Rustamov penalty zone. So that's something that you could potentially work against, especially in early game before Yoriv actually start racking up the items. The Cho is still kind of squishy.
Yeah, this is just judging from the previous matchup, this is not where Kazakhstan wants to be. Typically, in the first minute mark, Kazakhstan would typically send Kusupov over to the enemy jungle, but Yuriev is just denying that entry.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier and faster for the side of Uzbekistan to really clear this one, right? Like the Yuriev on the Concussive Blast and also Son on the Void Crystal, you can just wave clear, shove it, and then after that rotate.
Harley is already on that level 4. He's looking for targets right now. Starting the rotations on the bottom side. Mamilin is going to be the one with the deadly magic. There's a onto his face and a hit from Yuriev to seal the deal. The kill goes over to Mamarusulov.
Yeah, good job over the side of Uzbekistan right there, identifying the key targets, right? Like, now they're able to slow down Mamilin's progression, and not only just that, burn away the flicker as well. And now Mamilin will enter this turtle fight without a level 4, and Bravers, no access. Kazakhstan doesn't have access to Mamilin's Bravers Warrior, means that, you know, this is going to be a bit more easier for Uzbekistan to really secure this turtle.
Uzbekistan really doing a very good job denying that fight. They're so sneaky, slipping out of that laser and disrupting it immediately. Rustamov with that hit. Sreang takes out that Cho, punishing him, taking out that turtle as well. The box will come through, but not enough to take anyone down. Kazakhstan wins out on his first objective of the game.
Yeah, and the best part is, you know, Sreang literally winning clutch right there. You can see Mama Rusulov was trying to find that Retri land as well, but it did not land. And of course, you know, you talk about the penalty zone coming out from the side of Rustamov, right? Literally denies what Kazakhstan wants to do. This V1 pick doesn't look really nice at all anymore because it's so predictable. Rustamov could just flicker ultimate penalty zone and push Salaman out of the mid-sig gush.
Quick rotations coming in from Harith as well, down into the mid lane. But before we go into that, the turtle, what went down?
Yeah, I think it's just all eyes on Mustamov right there, right? Just literally looking at Salaman and try to hold down that position. But unfortunately, I feel that real world manipulation from Sun came out a little bit late. That instant replay, I think that was second sequence of the whole team fight earlier just now.
Yeah, he just got that level 4, just popped the RWM just in the nick of time, but unfortunately unable to seal the deal on that turtle. But in this case, I think Kazakhstan, they're still being on the aggressive. They are held back just a little bit on the bottom side with that first blood over to Mamarusulov, but I think they're still in the game.
Still okay, and still not too shabby either, right? Don't forget, Kazakhstan does have a Yushin looking to scale, but Zoltov as well. So far, if you take a look at the gold lane priority, it's really even Stevens right here. There's not a lot of movement as well, albeit level 6 for the side of Akamabe means that he's, you know, hard shoving, was able to push Zoltov away. I think there's a couple of minions that Zoltov missed. That's why he's slightly behind in terms of level. But of course, you know, a lot more work cut out for the side Yoriv to find the pick-off.
Not only that, right? Akambayev actually rotated down to the mid side. Zoltov, he's stunned up by the Mountain Shocker. Won't be enough to take him out though.
I think the whole point is basically to hurt Zoltov as much as possible so that he backs off and then, you know, come back and miss a couple of minutes. That's how, you know, Kazakhstan wants to try to deny Claude.
Ooh, good bait, but laser cannot find it smart. Will do though. Killing spree for Sreang right off the bat. The box will lay down. Kusupov taking full brunt of damage from the box itself.
Deadly Magic lands on the Kusupov and his son that lands down the real one manipulation damage onto him, just melting him down. Not even the Kusupov second skill was able to save him from those damage.
Turtle popping up. It's just macro game all over the map. Zoltov knows that the early game is not his fight. He's going to be farming. He's going to be staying safe up on that top side. Don't want to risk anything at all.
I think right now it's just that was a good engage, and that's the power of Deadly Magic, right? Deadly Magic not only just the fact that you need to sometimes you don't need to rely on yourself to land down the damage. Your teammates can actually do it. Stack up the damage from the magic, deadly magic right there. You can see Somros taking the initiatives over and over again, but the target was not landed on Salamat at all.
Mountain Shocker already used up this vision game. This Raging Sandstorm directly on the Kusapal, taking out the Terizla. The back line is still wide and open. He doesn't have the laser, but it does not matter. Yuriev taking a full bunch of damage. That is the demo that we're watching. It's not red right now, it's blue. Look at the flag of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and Sreang is just landing down so much damage. Real world manipulation coming up from Sun, and it's just Mamillion just walks out of it. Even flash the emote as well. But of course, Sreang, the Mountain Shocker is coming in really clutch. All of these time, right? The fact that you could just land down the stun, and of course, you do quite a decent amount of damage on this Mountain Shocker. You deny the people to come over to the turtle. Hardy couldn't even hold that turtle because he's taking a lot of damage, and especially when he spent the deadly magic on Kusapov earlier just now.
It was also absolute clinic, right? Coming in from Kazakhstan from the second turtle fight of the game. Using the Mountain Shocker, immediately found out where Rustamov is, and they know that Mama Rusalov doesn't have the deadly magic, so they can start the engage to try to push him back. Now, Uzbekistan, on the other hand, with the Harley, it will be so much more difficult for him to contest for the major objectives.
Yeah, level 2 level difference, and even the gold lead swinging in the favor of Sreang as well. 1.5k gold difference against his counterpart. Sreang is farming up a Storm because he's not only just the fact that, right, he was really farming up a Storm because Yushin wave clear speed is really hard, really fast, but Sreang picks up 4 kills. So that's definitely going to be a lot of value for this Asian Shin for now. Not only just the fact that he was able to secure the items, he also secured 2 lords for himself, turtle for himself.
Cutting off the escape route. Ziltov goes down by the hands of Sreang once again.
Yeah, it feels like, Sreang is basically playing the Hardy game once the starting hard ganking up top and bot, bouncing back and forth like a ping pong ball. Especially after his ultimate is ready, he's ready to strike. Mama Rusalov, on the other hand, I think is slightly slower in the initiative. He's starting to realize that he doesn't really have the damage to burst anybody down.
There's a kick directly into the wall, and hard plays, the laser pops up. The healer will not be enough, but it's 1-for-1 trade. Need speed for a roam. They took what they can and they're out of there. The turtle still open up though.
Yeah, big set is already denied as well. Don't forget there's also another Mountain Shocker coming off, and Sreang is just literally begging Uzbekistan, if you want to handshake a team fight right here, right now, no matter even if we don't have the hard engages as well. But Sreang,
ooh, that's a shot. Sreang picks that one up as well.
Man, there's so many damage coming off of Sreang already. He knows that he's far ahead. 2 levels ahead is more than enough, especially as an assassin. Oh, well, technically speaking, marksman in this case, right? And now the marksman is hunting down the assassin. And it feels good, right? Like, usually as a gold laner or a marksman, you are at the mercy of these assassins. And Mama Rusalov actually went down with the deadly magic as well.
In this mid-stage, I would say, kind of mid to late stage of the game, if you are a Harley and you're getting one-shotted by Sreang, and Sreang is immediately finding you out, this is not looking so good because you're not having that snowball potential. You don't really have that momentum driving you through to pick up any kills, and having the Harith on the other end of the table, it makes it so much harder to siphon and focus your fire onto him.
Yeah, I think it's just Mama Rusalov. I think the early game was a little bit iffy right there, and now they're starting to pay for it. Mountain Shocker.
Mamillion, the reptilian will start things out. The box will lay down to block everyone off, but Rustamov will still find its way down to 6 feet underground. Zoltov will keep himself safe for now. It's 2 members down for both sides. The fights are still happening. It's a brawl, and Kazakhstan is not giving Uzbekistan time to breathe. We've been here before, James.
Kazakhstan 5k gold lead already. Lots of damage that Kazakhstan can easily poke. And then after that, it cleared off the mid. And now it's just the problem is, you saw how Zoltov was a little bit slow with the Blazing Duet. Trying to find the Blazing Duet target on and play around the real one manipulation. That's the key. But it feels like Kazakhstan knows what's up, especially, when they're facing an Eve. They're not handshaking team fights inside the real world manipulation. Sreang's looking for targets.
Sreang is just a one-man army on his own right now. Kazakhstan reverting back to a 4-1 composition. They're just letting Sreang do his thing. He's 13 levels up. Still 2 more levels, and then we'll see peak Eastern Shin form as of now.
Yeah, level 15 power spike, right? Yeah, Sreang is like literally 2 levels ahead of Mama Rusalov right now. If the Hardy is right behind levels as well, he's not able to assassinate anybody. Take a look.
Starting things up, Uria drawing the team twice. Break Mountain Shocker will block up the escape routes for Rastamov. In the penalty zone as well. Uria nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And then again, the Kazakhstan death ball.
This is a great kick coming up from Yuriv, but nobody for the side of Uzbekistan was able to follow on. Kazakhstan right there. It's like, yeah, like, you can kick me, but hey, if you don't have anybody to follow up with the damage, that's it. Because if you notice, Mama Rusalov is really far behind in terms of levels. Mama Rasulov is only level 12. Salama is already level 12. You need to have a level advantage in order for you to burst down anybody from the side of Kazakhstan. Take a look at the replay right here, right? The laser being landed down, the caught onto Rustamov, and it's just a pick-up composition over and over again. And then all of a sudden, the whole one more combo composition from the side of Uzbekistan. I want to fight everyone inside the box. The whole idea is gone.
Yeah, when the laser popped up, it was kind of like another sense of like, you want to try to save Rustamov, but you know that you're not going to be able to save him at all because the rest of the members are already there. He's also utilized his flicker. And speaking of which, this penalty zone directly in the midst of battle. Kazakhstan is still sitting happy and healthy. Laser drops down alongside the box. Almost down. Zoltan will take it down to the face.
Uzbekistan is literally trying to set the real world manipulation and then everything against Kazakhstan, but Kazakhstan is already like, as like what, 10k goalie in the favor. They're literally fighting inside the real world manipulation, and Macmillan right there with the bravest warrior was able to just have the damage reduction and also tankiness to deal with the damage against Rustamov and also Zotov as well. Zotov goes down as well, and that's a damage dealer for the side of Uzbekistan gone.
Great run, popped all the bubbles from the T3s, leading up by 10,000 gold. We've been here before. Uzbekistan, the issue is with the Harley, you do want to stay ahead. The laser comes down, drops onto Rustamov again. He can't do anything. He can't run, he can't hide. Penalty zone as a defensive measure. Zeman Force drops down as well. And Uzbekistan playing on the back foot.
Yeah, Salama does have the I3-1 as well. And you can see Macmillan is going on ham.
Macmillan, the Reptilian, gets kicked back. Bounce gets dropped down. As an added effect, he will drop. Zotov with the Blazing Duet. I'll be a little bit too late, but Kazakhstan got what they can, cleared out that base, and Uzbekistan, they're in a desert.
Yeah, definitely. No base on the side of Uzbekistan's, no turrets on the side of Uzbekistan base at all right now. It's just, there's a lot of times where, Rustamov was trying to make a play right there with the penalty zone, but he eats so much laser. Salamat was so safe. Literally, Salamat right there. Man, there's no way that Uzbekistan was able to find Salamat at all, because if Rustamov wasn't able to find him, I think apart from that, there's nobody from the side Uzbekistan can do. You cannot deactivate the laser. You gotta eat a face full of laser from Kazakhstan.
Not only that, right? Uzbekistan is essentially just throwing their bodies, trying to disrupt the engage, where they should learn how to back off, understand that, okay, let's give up this turn and let's play an actual base defense. At least we'll wait and buy some time for Yurev to be in position, and the rest of our team has a little bit more added defense coming into the base rush. But now they've lost all, they came back home to find all the furniture missing.
Yep. Technically, all the dining chairs and dining tables uprooted by Kazakhstan as of now. Macmillan is just so threatening at the same time. Kazapov also just pinning.
That's a kick. Into the wall they go. This laser getting shot down. Rustamov first to fall. Zotov using the Blazing Duet, but will that be enough? Taking a full face. Macmillan, the Reptilian, is still there, and he's still hunting. Everyone down. A cold-blooded monster.
Yeah, Kazakhstan is giving no mercy over Uzbekistan. It's only 30 minutes, and we already rack up 12k gold lead in the favor. And not only just that, Uzbekistan needs to defend against the Lord.
3v5, they might not be able to do it. Nice dodge by Sreang on the face of Deadly Magic. Will get that hat out of the way. Kazakhstan will seal the deal. The first game goes to Kazakhstan.
Dominant showing from the side of Kazakhstan as well. It's just pure chaos, especially in the earlier parts of the game. And also, the fact is, for the side of Uzbekistan, they're trying their best and hardest in order to be able to turn things around. And of course, there's so many things that Uzbekistan is trying to do. Like the fact that you've got the God was literally uncontested at all. It was a very easy game, and Kazakhstan really did know how to peel for the side of his team, right? Salama is very safe. You've got the Lapu to deal with. You also got the Khalid to deal with. There's a wall of bodies to go through before you even get to the goal.
And even if you got the goal, we saw that a couple times with the Cho. He kicked him up, disrupted the laser, but it doesn't do anything because the rest of the members are already there. We know from Kazakhstan they like to fight as 5. The Terizla was built specifically or drafted specifically to deal with a 5-man team fight composition. But every single time there's a 5-man team fight, the Terizla goes in first. The Cho comes in as sort of a reactionary measure to disrupt that Mystic Laser, but it doesn't really do too much. The rest of the members are way too far behind. Harley wasn't really the right draft at this moment.
I feel like Harley was a great draft in the early game. I want to see a lot more active movements around this Harley earlier just now, but then, you allow Sreang under Yushishin to just farm up a Storm, and it's just, once the Mountain Shocker is ready, he just uses it. It pushes, the Harley away. You also deny, not saying deny the vision, you deny the advantage of an assassin, right? You don't know where he is. Suddenly one Mountain Shocker, you know where he is already, and what you do is, like, if you're a gold laner, you see because of the Mountain Shocker, you see the Harley around you, play safe. So these are information that was already given away over the side of Kazakhstan, and that's why the Harley is finding a lot of difficulties to try to land down these ganks.
Well, for Uzbekistan though, I would say in the early game, they kind of played to their strengths. They know that if they sent Cho down into the mid side to try to mirror where the Khalid wanted to go, that would be sort of like their saving grace. But hey, Sreang had a great game so far. Legendary status at 8-0-7 for their KDA, 88% kill participation.
Don't forget,
he's such a monster, this guy.
Yeah, don't forget, Yu Shin is a glass cannon, but it seems like, you know, he's really unfazed because he's so far ahead in this in this roster. And like what I mentioned during the start of the game, right? Like, look, if I would say pre 5 minutes, pre 8 minutes, the Cho doesn't really have a lot of HP bars. It's a lot easier for Yu Shin to just hack and slash all across the board, and nobody from the side of Uzbekistan has that kind of roster to deal with it except for Restamov on the Tarisla, right? But the problem is Restamov always constantly getting shredded by the side of Salamat because, you know, because Kusepov and also Mamilian is just absorbing so much of this attention. Akan Bayev as well on this Harif. I would say he also racked up a ton of damage as well, just being able to be absorbing most of the pressure coming up from Sun on the Yeep and also from the Hardy.